validity of support and resistance. So how do you know the validity of an S and R level? Support and resistance can also be called S and R. Now, we get a lot of people that take this course ask this question often. That's why we've decided to include it in this course. Okay. Now, the truth is, there is no definite answer to knowing a valid S and R is. Okay. To knowing how valid an S and R is. But some argue that a SNR level is valid once price rejects from it and prints 2 or 3 candles in the rejection direction, while some argue that its validity depends on how many times price has tested such level before it's held. And lastly, some would argue that it depends on how violently price reacts away when it tests the level. You see, the diagram below would give you an insight into what we consider the validity of an SNR. Okay, so you can see right here we have support being tested and we have resistance being tested. And all of a sudden we had price break resistance and retest resistance to act as support and scaled higher to create resistance and retested support before we had a breakout further. Now, this just gives you an insight that to have an understanding of how valid a support and resistance is, there are a few things you need to understand, such as breakout or breakdowns, fake outs or fake breakouts, retests, confirmations, BRA, and every single thing. We will talk about it in this section. So let's dive right into it. Now, considering or understanding the validity of SNR, we have to consider the following, okay? Breakouts or breakdowns, fake breakouts, or false breakouts. Retests and confirmations to the bracket BRE. Okay, BRE. Now, let's start with breakout. What is a breakout or what is a breakdown? A breakout is when price expands away from a level of support and resistance. If we have support here, okay, price goes up, okay, we have support here, price goes up, and all of a sudden price breaks support and doesn't go up anymore but starts going down. We consider this area to be a breakout area. Okay, we consider where this happened, we consider it to be a breakout area. Okay, so that is what breakouts are all about. Now, when we talk about fake breakouts or false breakouts, when we have support this way and all of a sudden price just comes back in and continues going up, we consider this as a false breakout, okay, as a false breakout. Now, when we have support being broken out and price coming back into that support region but going down, we say support has turned to resistance and a breakout happened here and a retest happened there. Okay, support broke out and is now turned into resistance, and that resistance is what reacted as a retest. So this is for retests, this is for breakouts, and lastly this is for false breakouts. Now, confirmations, BRE. Okay, now BRE is a combination of retest and breakouts, okay, where we have a breakout, a retest. The retest now serves as the entry. So BRE means breakout, retest, and entry. Okay, these are the factors that we use in considering the validity of support and resistance. And you might be wondering, I've been using support since. Let me give you an insight into how it works with resistance. Okay, so if we have resistance here, price goes into resistance, rejects, okay? Price goes into resistance again, and rejects. Then all of a sudden price goes into resistance, breaks. We consider this as a breakout. Okay, for a false breakout when it comes to resistance, still the same, just the opposite of what support is what we consider a false breakout of resistance. Right here. This is the false breakout. Now, when we say retest, okay, if we have resistance broken out, then price comes down and just continues going up. We say this acted as resistance and now it's acting as support. This is the breakout region and this is the retest region. And the same BRE. Once a breakout occurs, there is a retest, it gives us an entry. These are what we use in considering the validity of support and resistance. Let's quickly go into a chart to confirm all of this. Okay, so we'll be using the Bitcoin USDT chart. And there is something of interest for us all, okay? We have a breakout right here. This region, let's expand this a bit higher. Great. This region basically acted as support, okay? It acted as support, and support. Then what do we have after? It broke through, and this is considered as a breakout, okay? This is considered as a breakout. Now, let's look at a false breakout, okay? Let's look at a false breakout. Let's go to the other parts of the chart to consider a false breakout. If we look at this right here, this is considered as a false breakout where you can see price basically went higher, closed above it, but we rallied downward after it. So this is considered as a false breakout. Now, when we're talking about retests, okay, retest, we have one example right here. Which is this. Let's zoom in to see it clearly. Okay, we have an example right here for a retest. Okay, we have this right here. You can see immediately we had price holding this region as support. We went higher, then we broke out. Okay, we broke out. Then we came to find resistance at this region for more continued selling opportunity. You can see this is support, this is breakout, and this is resistance. Okay, so that is what retest is about. And you can see this is also BRET. Okay, break, retest, and we get an entry right there. Okay, so this is how you consider the validity of an S&R. And I hope you did learn a thing or two. Do put this into practice. Good luck and good trading.